deadly ending. A chase through 2 states ends with a driver shot and killed by police. Now we're learning more about the woman police say was behind the wheel.
Plus, racing to get ready. They're scrambling at the shore to fix battered beaches in time for the unofficial start of summer.
And the party on the Parkway, the city of Philadelphia has found the big names that will headline this year's Wawa Welcome America concert. Those stories and more on today's edition of The Lineup. It is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024.
The Lineup is brought to you by TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Hey everyone, I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
And I'm NBC 10's Erin Coleman. Let's get you up to speed with what you need to know today, starting with that police chase that crossed state lines, ended with a 23-year-old woman dead in Delaware County. Now police say the woman behind the wheel had an active warrant. As her family members search for answers, NBC 10's Siobhan McGirl has more on what's next in the investigation.
This chase started in Wilmington, Delaware, and ended here in Chester. Police say it is an active investigation. We know more than 10 officers from multiple agencies fired their weapons during this chase yesterday. Police have not yet released the name of the 23-year-old woman, but they said she was wanted in connection with a shooting from last year. When Wilmington police tried to arrest her around noon yesterday, they say she took off, ramming into police cars and escaping onto I-95. Police say she eventually crashed that car, fired at officers, and stole another car as she made her way across state lines to Chester. Once here in Chester, officers say she crashed again and broke into a home. As she tried to leave that home with another car, officers from 4 different departments on scene fired their guns at the car she was in, killing the 23-year-old. Her mother was on scene yesterday, distraught.
Why? Why? Make it make sense, because I can't make it make sense at all. And we're still standing here waiting to see her.
The Delaware County DA's office will lead this investigation involving several police jurisdictions from Wilmington to here in Chester and others in between. We know the NAACP in Delaware is also launching its own investigation. In Chester, I'm Siobhan McGirl, NBC 10 News.
And a reminder, you can count on NBC 10 to keep you up to date with breaking news throughout the day. Download the free NBC 10 app to have alerts and updates sent directly to your phone. Hey, Eagles fans, it is a big day.
The NFL schedule is being released tonight. One thing we know for sure is that the Eagles will not be anywhere near the link on week 1. They open in Brazil, where they'll take on the Packers. Tonight at 8 o'clock, we're going to get all the dates, times, and TV networks where you can watch your Birds this upcoming season.
The Red Hot Phillies are back home tonight to host the Mets. They just swept the Mets in a 2-game series up in New York. The Phillies have now won 15 of 18. First pitch at Citizens Bank Park is set for 6:40 tonight. Ranger Suarez goes for his 8th win. He's on fire right
yes,
now.
he is.
Party on the Parkway will be back this July 4th. Up next, we've got to look at who's set to rock the stage at this year's Wawa Welcome America concert.
We're back in 30 seconds.
Here we go.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
We are counting down to the party on the Parkway.
And we now know who's going to be headlining the Wawa Welcome America concert. Kesha. She's going to be rocking the stage on the 4th. Over her career, Kesha has earned 10 top 10 singles, 2 #1 albums, and 4 #1 songs. But she won't be Miss Independent on the stage this summer. See what I did there? Because R&B singer NE-YO, he's going to be joining her performing some of his hits. NE-YO is a 3-time Grammy Award-winning hitmaker whose catalog has generated a combined total of 23 billion streams worldwide.
Wow.
We love both of them.
I think so, yeah. And how about hip-hop legends Kid and Play will headline the Juneteenth Block Party. Then on July 3rd, a Salute to Service concert featuring the United States Army Field Band and Leanne Rimes. For a full list of events leading up to and including the Wawa Welcome America Festival, just head to NBC10.com or check out the free NBC 10 app.
Kid and Play, taking it way back with that one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's crunch time for towns at the Jersey Shore. The countdown to Memorial Day weekend getting shorter and shorter.
But some beaches still need some work after taking a beating during recent storms. NBC 10 Jersey Shore Bureau reporter Ted Greenberg has the latest.
The sand in Ortley Beach will soon be free of heavy machinery.
I listen to the dump trucks go down my street every day all week, so it looks like they're done.
Contractors wrapping up emergency repairs to badly damaged beaches that are highly prone to erosion. Crews finishing the work with Memorial Day weekend now less than 2 weeks away.
People enjoy coming to the shore, spending time on the beach, and then the beach gets eroded and it's not as easy to access.
Beaches in Avalon's North End also hit hard by a series of coastal storms during the winter and early spring. Much of that sand shifts to spots near the water's edge further south in town. Starting tomorrow, it's set to be scraped up and trucked to where it's needed the most, between 9th and 16th Streets. Officials say those beaches will not be completely repaired by the unofficial start of summer.
The contractor will mobilize this month, get some of the work done, take a break during Memorial Day weekend, and come back and finish up after the weekend with the goal of finishing by mid-June.
You have to come see it every day.
In Ortley Beach, Patricia Norman's daily routine of looking at the ocean also comes with relief now that protective sand dunes have been rebuilt.
They are so important. Having lost a house in Sandy.
A long-awaited beach replenishment project in this community and others on Ocean County's Northern Barrier Island has been delayed numerous times. A spokesman for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers tells me, depending on bids, the agency's current goal is to start that work in late summer or the fall. In Ortley Beach, I'm Ted Greenberg, NBC 10 News.
And the beds for athletes competing in the Olympic Games, they've arrived in Paris.
Oh, take a look. The twin-size beds were made by Airweave, the same company who made the products for the Tokyo Games. The mattresses and cardboard frames are 100% recyclable. The beds are already being dubbed by folks online as anti-sex beds. The New York Post says the design is allegedly aimed at deterring athletes from getting busy during the competition. And I swear every 4 years we have this conversation about the beds.
Yeah, the beds and also the condoms that are available too. There's just boatloads of condoms there. You're there for 16 days, right? They compete for an hour in those 16 days.
So it's funny, there's a lot of downtime?
When we talk to these Olympians, because they, think about it, they train for 4 years or even their whole lives for this one tiny little moment, and they're in this same region here as everyone just like them. And they're all in the prime shape of their life.
Stop it.
So that's the reason why they, provide these measures. But, there was some concern with these beds that because they're cardboard, they wouldn't, withstand the weight of two people. And I had some Olympians when I was in Tokyo say, oh, no, they're fine. I was like, oh, okay. You're not touching this one.
Oh, the beds. we talk about it every year, but you bring up a good point. There's a lot of downtime, and so,
That's
what
right.
do you do?
What are you going to do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. The newest list of popular baby names. This is a good one to follow that story with this one.
Oh, my gosh.
Baby
no, it's
names,
not.
right?
The list is released each year by the Social Security Administration. Let's take a look at some of the top ones. All right, ranked as the third most popular names for girls, it's Charlotte. For boys, it's Oliver. Okay. Coming in at number 2, Emma for the girls. Noah for the boys.
Yep, I understand that.
And topping the list for most popular baby names of 2023, Olivia and Liam.
There you go. Wow. Do you know a lot of Liams?
I know. Well, you know what? It's funny. These are baby names.
Yeah.
There are a lot of these names in my kids' classes.
I was about to say, sure.
Yeah, 2nd grade and 3rd grade.
Yeah.
There's more than one Olivia. There's more than one Liam. What else? Oh, my gosh. We know 4 Noahs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how these things come around?
Yes.
I grew up with a lot of Michaels and Johns and Dans and Steves and Chris's, right?
But I feel like the older names, like Olivia's been on the top of the list for a while. So I feel like the old names, like Olivia and Ella.
Right.
Maybe like the
Eleanor, right? You're hearing
Eleanor
these names come back.
and nickname Nora. We got a couple of those in the class.
Right. Dolores. That name's coming. Muriel coming back, right?
Is Muriel coming back?
No, I'm just kidding. I just think those are really old names. You know what I mean?
But
Harriet.
Who would have thought 30 years ago we'd be seeing so many Olivias?
Right, 100%. Yep.
Maybe isn't there a show? No, I was thinking Peppa Pig, but isn't there a show like Olivia? kids show?
I don't know. I mean, there's like Olivia Wilde, Olivia Munn. Like, I always wonder if it's just kind of the celebrities.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, that have these names, and all of a sudden people think about them.
I don't know.
It's funny. Like, if we were to have a girl, Olivia was near the top of the list.
Really?
Yeah, without even looking at these lists, just was something we thought of. Like, oh, Olivia would be nice. Isn't that crazy?
All right. My two, I'm done. So my two are named. That does it for today's edition of The Lineup.
For Erin Coleman, I'm Keith Jones. Get NBC 10 News updates every weekday morning from 4 to 7 a.m. You can get them here on this app as well, and you can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey,
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.